Hey guys, what's going on? Nader here with a review on The Power by Badass Labz. By now, you've probably seen the dozens of reviews on this pre-workout. This is one that's self-proclaimed to be one of the strongest of 2021, and now it's 2022, and I've only been using this for a couple of weeks now, and I've come up with my conclusion. Wait until you hear what I have to say about this pre-workout. So this is a fancy labeled pre-workout from Badass Labz, a company I've never really heard of before until this pre-workout. So who are they? What is this pre-workout, and is it worthy of trying? And is it most importantly worthy of being crowned the strongest pre-workout? Let's get into it. So first I'll go over the ingredients, and then I'll go into my review and my experience. And of course, if you care about the flavor, I'll talk about that if you want. But for me, it's not about the flavor, it's about the pre-workout. If it's strong, if it's gonna make me feel like smashing the weights and smashing my workouts every time I take it. And this is self-proclaimed to be one of the strongest. So I really wanted to review this. I know I'm late to the game, but here we go. So the pre-workout, the Power, contains one big ass prop blend that you don't want to see in this day and age, but it's a prop blend nonetheless, and it has a bunch of ingredients. None of them are disclosed, except maybe I think caffeine was disclosed on a website I saw this listed on. I think it was around 300 milligrams. I will confirm that, and if it is true, I'll put that on the screen right now, maybe in this corner. So the Power, let's go over the ingredients first. The first ingredient is citrulline malate. This one is a nitric oxide booster. It'll help increase blood flow, make you feel pumps, and it'll make you feel full, especially when it's combined with other nitric oxide boosters like agmatine. So when it's both combined into one pre-workout, you know you're gonna get a good pump. The next ingredient is beta-alanine. This one is known for the tingles. You might hate it, you might love it. It's a tingly type of ingredient, and if you've been taking it for a couple of weeks, you won't feel the tingles as much because your body will become saturated with it, like how creatine would. So it takes a few weeks for those tingles to die down, but if you've been taking other high stem pre-workouts, then you've probably been saturated with beta-alanine nonetheless. So the next ingredient is agmatine sulfide. This one is a nitric oxide booster similar to citrulline malate, except it defends those nitric oxide levels from decreasing. So while nitric oxide will be increased with citrulline malate, agmatine will help those levels be sustained throughout the day. The next ingredient is the grandfather of all stimulants. It's caffeine hydrous. This is a fast-acting stimulant. It's going to help with energy, alertness. It's going to help you stay awake throughout your workouts. You don't want to be sleeping in those workouts, right? The next ingredient you know as DMHA. It's Jogan's, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, Jogan's reggae extract. This one is it's a cousin of DMAA. It's more milder. Some people prefer this version actually over DMAA because this one doesn't restrict blood flow as much as DMAA. And of course, it's combined with aerogenesis. Aerogenesis and DMHA is like Batman and Robin. You can have one, but when you have both, it's a really good team up of energy and feel goodness, if you would say. It just feel really good with aerogenesis, and with DMHA, it's like a high strong stimulant. When it's combined with caffeine as well, you're just gonna get a high sustained energy flow, or high sustained flow of energy throughout your workout and some more. The next ingredient to help prolong those stimulants, to prolong the half-life of everything, is hordenine. This one prolongs the effects of caffeine, aerogenesis, DMHA. So the last ingredient is alpha yohimbine. This one, people either love it or they hate it. This one, it's probably not dosed that high, but in here, it's the last ingredient, and it should be dosed, according to my experience and other reviewers, a little between 1 milligram to 2 milligrams. Not really sure though, because it's a prop blend again. So the next ingredient is tyrosine. This one is a big help for neurotransmitters like dopamine and other neurotransmitters. It'll help the production of it. So when it's combined with caffeine, caffeine will help release those dopamine and neurotransmitters. But with tyrosine, you actually increase the production of that. Next ingredient is L-Dopa. This one is a form of dopamine, basically. You'll feel good with it. The next ingredient is phenylalanine. This one is a pea-based ingredient like aerogenesis. So both of these will help you feel good. Both of these are like motivation enhancers. The next ingredient is theobromine. This one is a cousin of caffeine. It's similar. It'll help you feel good as well. It's a energy booster. So you'll feel more energy when you're taking this along with DMHA, caffeine, and everything else. The next ingredient is N-actyl L-carnitine. This one helps release fatty acids into the blood flow. It'll help you use fatty acids for energy in your workouts. And the next ingredient is a popular nootropic, alpha GPC. This one helps with acetylcholine, the learning transmitter. So it'll help you feel focused. It'll help you get that tunnel vision going. But how much, we don't really know. The next ingredient also helps with mental functions. That's phosphatidylserine. I'm pronouncing it completely wrong. And the final ingredient is bacopa. The next and final ingredient is bacopa monterey leaf extract. I'm going to write that on the screen right here somewhere. It's another ingredient that will help with your workouts. Exactly how, I don't remember, but it's at the bottom of the list. It's probably not dosed that much. Okay, my experience. Before I dive into this, it's been a while since I've actually dived down into a video review of a pre-workout, so bear with me. But this might be actually one of the strongest pre-workouts, and I'll tell you why. This pre-workout has caffeine, has DMHA, aerogenesis, but I have not felt anything like this pre-workout in a long time. I've been taking pre-workouts for more than 10 years, and there's a lot of them that have hit similar to this, where I felt aggressive, urgent, and I had this mindset of going into the gym, starting to lift the weights, and I would feel anxious up until the point where I would need to lift the weights and need to get past my warm-up because I was so excited to work out. And this is the pre-workout that has given me that. There is no pre-workout like this that I've taken so far. And the next best thing would be Excelsior, but that one was way too strong. When I would take it, it would elevate me to a point where I felt like I was taking too much. But when I took this pre-workout, after about half an hour, the energy was at its peak. 45 minutes in and more, and the energy was peaked, and it would stay at that level for a long time, 6 hours at a time easily. And I would just feel zoned in, focused, and I would feel just urgent to work out, and this felt like nothing I've taken before. It easily is a weird pre-workout, but any other pre-workout with similar ingredients, you would not feel, oh shit. Now how I would take this is first thing in the morning, empty stomach, fasted state, 9 a.m., 10 a.m. in the morning. I would go to the gym an hour and a half after, and I wouldn't be able to sit any longer than that because I would just feel this racing, anxious, excited feeling to go work out. And that I did some really good workouts with this. But a lot of the times I did take a cup of oatmeal and protein before this pre-workout, and I didn't find it made too much of a difference because this actually suppressed my appetite. I didn't feel hungry in my workout. I didn't think about food. There was no thought. And usually when I take a pre-workout, like a normal one, just caffeine, I would feel a little bit hungry, even when I'm at the gym. So this pre-workout completely suppressed my appetite, but not to the point where I would feel nauseous and not be able to eat like Excelsior would to me. With Excelsior, I felt sick at the sight of someone eating. So this pre-workout did a good job with that. The appetite suppression was there, but it wasn't like complete appetite suppression where I wouldn't be able to eat, but I would be able to get by with less food throughout the day because of this pre-workout. Oops. So the flavor, I don't know if you care about that. I don't really care about the flavor. It doesn't taste really bad, although it has this warning on it. Do not take more than 3 times a day. We are fucking serious. The flavor is fine. It doesn't taste like how you would think it would taste with a label like this. You can get by with it. It doesn't taste like battery acid. It just tastes like a normal artificially flavored drink. So kudos to them. Would I recommend this pre-workout? Yes, but you would have to be, like, this is a pre-workout you would take once in a while, like once a month even. I took this more than 3 times a week. I took it at one point 5 times a week, and it was just too much. My sleep was affected just a little bit, and usually it's not that affected when I take it once a week, twice a week. It's fine, but this is a very strong pre-workout. It should be used on special occasions when you plan to really lift some heavy ass weights. So this pre-workout is strong. It's not meant to be taken every time like a daily driver pre-workout. It's not that type of pre-workout. You don't want to take this every time because you might build a tolerance. The pricing is normal, especially considering this is a high stem pre-workout, one of the strongest I've used, and unlike any other DMHA pre-workout I have taken. I promise you that. Every reviewer has been raving about this pre-workout, and I can see why. This is one that's not to be messed with. It's really good. Like, the urgency is 10 out of 10. The aggressiveness is there. Like, you don't want someone to stop you from entering the gym. So this is a pre-workout I highly recommend, only if you're like an intermediate advanced user, not beginner, because once you use this, every other pre-workout will seem a little weaker because it is strong, and I doubt it's only DMHA and caffeine in here. Who knows what's in here? Prop blend, as TJ at Fitness Deal News would say, prop blend. I mean, a blend is just a blend. You don't know how it is until you try it. And this is one of the pre-workouts that you don't really know until you try it, because it's really that strong. Now, if you want to get this, I'll list some places where you can get it from. I did publish an article on this pre-workout on my website, FitFrick. I'll include the link in the description, and you can use my discount code. I'll get a commission, but you'll save some money in return for buying this pre-workout or anything from the stores listed in the description below. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, please leave them below. Leave a like if you like this video, and hit the red button, subscribe if you want. It would mean a lot. Thank you for watching.